Hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, bringing you another episode of StudTech, and we're here in Scott Canyon, where we are working on Fort Scar, where we have got our massive towers built and our gate, and now it's time to add all sorts of fun and exciting decorations. So let's get this episode underway. Alright, and welcome back to StudTech, and we're here in Scarred Valley, but I've been thinking about calling it Scarred Canyon. I think it fits better with the theme, and we probably should come up with a name before we build the buildings and that, the whole town and everything. So I think it's going to be Scarred Canyon, but let me know, which one do you like better, Scarred Valley or Scarred Canyon? Or if you have a better Wild West themed name for our little town we're going to build down there, let me know. We're going to terraform all that lake out of there, get that all going. But we're on my hang glider platform that I built on a recent live stream. So looking super snazzy right here. We jump off here and fly our little hang glider. Maybe we'll do that at the end of the video. It's super fun. I love the hang glider. But I want to show you guys my trophy collection. Look at all the amazing trophies. Look at how wonderful they look. Oh, I love them. Look at my little cows. All my king slimes looking super fancy. For some reason, their faces kind of disappear. There they go. But here's these guys. And of course, I've got my lapis field here. Got the cactuses growing. And my single rose bush all ready to go for Decocraft. So that's one thing we're going to work on today at the end here is getting some Decocraft things built up. And if you're unfamiliar with that is, it's this amazing furniture mod. It adds kind of props, if you will. That's going to be my shop at spawn, is going to be something themed towards, like a furniture shop or like a Hollywood prop shop, something like that. But yeah, so we're going to head inside of Fort Scar here. And of course, within this interior, we're going to work on some really cool walkways that will go across here. And then from that, we're going to work on the pathways and then the Decocraft. And yeah, we have a lot of fun things planned today. So let's get right into it. And let's take the express route all the way up. Here we go. Awesome. And then we're just going to place a couple of these guys real quick and jump down and give them a quick bang. There we go. Wait, did that one get banged? That one got banged. Good. Awesome. And we'll take the express route up once again. There we go. Just about there. And jump over here one more time. And then from here, we can start working on adding these poles. Now, as you can see, this guy's going to be a little short, so we're going to have to extend him up a little bit. So no worries there, no worries at all. There we go. Awesome. But isn't it amazing? Like, I've been thinking right now, like to myself, it's almost summertime. Is that like blowing anybody's mind besides mine right now? Like, it just feels like it's still like winter, and then all of a sudden, wow, it's springtime, almost time for summer. A lot of people are, getting ready for vacations or finishing up with school. So let me know, what do you guys have planned for fun things this summer? Myself, anyway, I don't know yet. I don't know. That's why I wonder where you guys are up to. Got any fun, maybe vacations or any type of plans you guys have for this summer? For me, I don't know. There's some conventions and some gaming stuff I would like to go to, but sometimes it's just like getting me around is a little more difficult than yeah, it's a little more, it's difficult to get me around, kind of like transport me about. So yeah, it makes things kind of difficult, but I want to know what you guys are up to. What kind of fun things you guys have planned for your summers, and yeah, I'd like to hear from you guys. It's always exciting when summer comes around. I like changes in seasons, so when it's winter, I get kind of excited because we have the chances of snow. I love summer, be able to get outside and hang out and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think my favorite season is usually just a transitional season. So somewhere going from like a spring or a fall. I think those are actually my favorite seasons. Whenever you're in like the dead of the summer or the dead of the winter, I don't know. Those aren't my favorites. But when it's kind of a transition between, the fall into the winter or the spring into the summer, those are my favorite. Those are definitely my favorite. What's your favorite season? Do you like a nice transition, or do you like it dead in the winter or right in the summer when it's super hot? There we go. And I'm going to place that up there. There we go. Looking good, looking good, looking awesome. And then we're going to swoop on over here and then watch this. We're going to go like that. Boom, and a bam, like that. Looking good, looking good. We're going to have this really nice up here so we can, kind of keep an eye on there. Make sure there's no sneaky bandits on their way to cause trouble here at Fort Scar. There we go. Get those guys along there, looking good, looking good. And then, of course, let me grab out my carpenter's bag. There we go. Got our carpenter's bag, and we're going to grab out our carpenter's barriers. Very cool, very cool. And then we're going to run these guys along here like that. Looking good, and it's getting mighty dark out, mighty dark. So give me 1 second here. Let me sleep this night away, catch my breath, and I'll be right back. Alright, and welcome back. So we've gotten this area all assembled and ready to go. And what we've done on this side, I've completed over there just to keep things going, not to get too repetitive. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these planks, so these larger wood style planks. I love these. These are actually my favorite. And I'm going to place them on all the little pokey tops here. And as you can see, it has this much cleaner design than the original oak did with these extra lines here. This looks more like a clean, log cut off. And then I think we might even mix in a little bit of milk chocolate wood too to give it, like, maybe these logs are a little older than the others. These ones were a little cleaner. We could even mix in, birch for a little fresh cut. So just little small details like that. And then for the actual, let's see, move that over there. All right, so for the actual floor, we're going to use the smooth oak planks. So we're going to put these across here, and you can see the difference between the standard vanilla oak and these ones. I really like these. These are much cleaner, and they just look a little bit nicer than the other ones. So that's the ones we're going to go with. And then I have been keeping an eye on all the comments on the recent StudTech videos, on all the different questions, of course, I've asked about how we should do the, the interior of the fort. So you guys definitely decided we're definitely doing 4 towers for sure. So that was overwhelmingly positive in that direction to do the 4 towers. And then, of course, this to incorporate these larger planks that looked more like refined logs, a little more log-like. That was definitely positive over the original vanilla wood. And yeah, so it's kind of like trying to get over the fact that I always seem to always gravitate towards using the vanilla woods when I have an amazing chisel mod that can just do whatever I want. So I just got to always remember, like, there's mods, Scar. You got to use them. You got to use them. All right, there we go. And then I'm just going to fly on over here. Beautiful, beautiful. And then swoop over here, and then just kind of figure out what we're going to do at this point. So I'm just going to get those on there like that. Nice. And then let's see, let's swap that off there. Let's grab that, and then we'll try to fill this in. So trying to figure this out the best we can. Let's see here. Get these guys going in there. Good, good, good. So what I'm thinking about here, whoops. You got to always make sure you connect it so you don't have to bang it from the bottom. There you go. Get those across there so you don't have to jump down and have to hit each one of those from the bottom, which I had to do a couple over there by mistake. There we go. Perfect. All right, let me check. Okay, we're out. So let's go into our backpack. Love these backpacks. Got to make some of the bigger, higher capacity backpacks make life just a little bit easier because they're a little scrawny on the capacity side, but they sure do come in handy. And you just have to wonder, my friends, why that isn't in vanilla. Why don't we have a backpack? I have no idea. Why are we not tweeting, Dinnerbone and Sarge and all these awesome guys at Mojang? Why are we have no backpack in vanilla? Those are our tweets. Those are the tweets we should be sending them. All right, and then we're just gonna fill this piece in along here. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Get that all assembled and ready to go. There's my helicopter. There we go. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay, so next thing we're going to do here is going to get a little tricky. So let me actually just finish this rail off real quick because I got to figure out how I want to connect this. All right, we want to do something that's just not straight across. We want to, jazz it up a little bit, add a little design to it. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so is the question, my friends. So is the question. Let's do something like this. Let's actually jump down here. Let's grab out a couple bits of material. And then I'm going to jump down like so. Okay. And then, oh, yep, see, you got to bang it from the bottom here. You got to see, got to always try to make sure you hit it there so you don't have to come down and redo it. Okay. So, give me 1 second. I really want to plan this out properly. So give me a couple seconds here. Let me plan this out properly. All right, and welcome back. And I think I've got something good here. Got something good. All right, so then we're going to take these guys and run them all along there. So when you come over here, you can kind of see down in the gate. I think that'll look pretty cool. The only question here is we need to maybe incorporate from this block down, let's go straight down, and then let's just run up a pole here. Get this going here. So we're gonna bring this all the way up. There we go, looking good, looking good. Add our little top to it, and then let's jump over on this side here, and then we add this section here, which will look very cool heading on down. Let's see, make sure we're all lined up and ready to go. All right, there we go. Looking good, looking good. Yes, there we go. That's what we wanted. That'll look great. That'll look great. So we'll just add these little tops up here. These look so much better than the standard logs. Look at the difference. Look at the difference between this one and these two. Nice, nice. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, and then we're gonna grab that out and then just start to add the logs back here. So I think that's a good solution. So we just continued, of course, this all along there, looking super fancy, and then we'll just cut that off right there. And then, of course, from here we just spaced it back one here like that. And then I think this is spaced out too, so just two across here. So looking good, looks good. I think this will be a good solution, of course. And then what we need to figure out now is how we're going to get up here, and then the ladder situation for the actual towers. So we need to think of a cool ladder design going up. The only problem is, let me jump into here, and then let me swoop into my chisel here to grab that, pop that into the chisel, and pop that as an output. There we go. So we just need to come up with a design. Kind of going back and forth on kind of a stair design. So it's kind of tight within the towers. So not sure what to do about that. And then the other fact is those cannons are still not working. Which I've tried everything. I've followed all the instructions to the T, and it's like they still just do not work. So I think there's just a little something wrong with the mod or something. Or it's just my fault and I'm just really messing it up, but we'll figure it out. We'll get those cannons firing at some point. But look at this. Oh, this is amazing. We'll get up here and find some sneaky bandits and shoot them, or have a little periscope up here looking super fancy. Oh man, I love this. Oh, I think this is gonna be really cool. Let's jump down and get a little bit better eye from the bottom here. Looking good, looking good, looking good. And then let's come through here. Let's clear out our scaffolding. There we go. Clear that all out of there. Looking good, looking good. And then, yeah, there we go. We've got our little walkways all built up and ready to go. Now all we need to do is just make some additional ones that kind of come out. I think I'm going to have them come out to about here, and then maybe make a little staircase that goes down and then back this way. And then, of course, we'll have the same ones over there, but then have nothing across here, nothing across there. I think that's a good solution for those. So yeah, let's start working that out and get that Decocraft going. All right, and welcome back. So after a lot of the kind of going back and forth, I decided I'm going to run, walkways all the way around. So originally I was just going to do it in the front, and then we decided that we were going to do the extra towers. So I decided instead of just, stopping the walkway and just bringing it down into a staircase going through here, I'm just going to bring it all the way around. And then to actually get up to the top, what we're going to do here is we're going to do carpenter, little staircase here, looking super fancy. Look at that little guy, looking super nice. Now I'm also thinking about doing this in stone. I think that might look cool too. So, you just kind of pass through here. I might also make this walkway just a little bit wider going around here once we get to it. We'll probably do all the extra walkways, and of course we're doing the towers, going to do that on Twitch. So yeah, so I think this is going to be a good solution, and then we'll just, bring these up here like that, and then we have a nice little ladder going back and forth. This isn't a high trafficked area, so it doesn't have to be kind of perfect, so it's kind of hard to walk through there. So what I think I'll do is right here, I'll expand that around that once we get to that point. But for the most part, I think this is going to work really good, and I think it'll look really nice also having, you have to start, your journey, at the bottom of the tower going up. And I think that just makes sense. And then also having the ability to walk all the way around the tower just looks good, and I think that'll look really cool. All right, so let's go into our backpack here, and then let's deposit that. There we go, looking good, looking good. Move that, and then let me grab out our plant life. There we go, nice, nice. There we go, grab that, there we go, perfect. Okay, so I want to work out here just a little bit. I want to get kind of a nice little walkway going. Unfortunately, we don't have coarse dirt, which is kind of a bummer because there is a mod that allows us to have a lot of the 1.8 blocks, but unfortunately, it doesn't have the coarse dirt, which is a real bummer. But other than that, we're pretty good on our pathway. So it's just going to be plain dirt because I figure, being, a fort, it's rustic, you're moving through the, the sludge of the mud and all that stuff. So dirt just makes sense as the pathway. I just would like to add some more detail to the path because it can be kind of bland and boring just being dirt. But as I gather more resources as we continue our StudTech Let's Play here, we'll get more materials and be able to, add more detail here. But for the most part, we can do that by adding, some plant life around here like this, looking good. And then starting to add some of the Decocraft. So once we get to that, that'll look really cool. So just adding small little bits of detail like this, adding a little under there like that always looks nice. And then of course we're going to need to get some silk touch and then bring in some actual green grass. So for now we're just going to actually have all this brown dirt, but soon we'll get a silk touch because we don't quite have one yet. I'm working on it. So we'll get that all situated, looking good, and then just slowly kind of work on building up a pathway. I want to reintroduce a lot of the trees back to the area that got taken down when we were working in here, and a lot of the plants that got, you know, scooped up and stuff like that when we were terraforming. That'll look good to get those all reintroduced back into the landscape. There we go, because we got quite a few plants, you know, all these little things, all these little bits of plants and stuff. I want to get these all regrown back into here. And look at that, we're starting to get somewhere, starting to get this thing looking better again. Yeah, so I have a lot of plans for the fort. After, you know, of course, we get this all situated, we're going to work on our tinkers, and we're going to work on a small kind of cabin outpost as the kind of the command post, if you will, of the fort. On Twitch, we're going to work on adding a lot more detail to the outside of the walls. We're actually going to thicken up the walls along this section right here, kind of give the tower just a little bit of an anchor point. So that was something along there we're going to do on Twitch. Yeah, so I got lots of plans. So lots of cool stuff on here for Twitch and YouTube. That's what I love about Twitch. We can do kind of different things on there than we would do on YouTube. So it's kind of fun to kind of mix up the two and kind of have a little bit of something on each one. That's what I love about Twitch. There we go, looking good. So I would like to add a little bit of rock, maybe some andesite we could add into this section right here. But yeah, I'll just keep kind of working on this, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. All right, and welcome back, and look at the landscaping. It's starting to come to fruition here, and it's really exciting to see some trees introduced back into the landscape. And check this out. Look at these cut off like tree stump things we could do with the carpenter's blocks. Oh, it's amazing. Check out this one over here. Look at these two, you know, cut down trees right there. Really kind of gives the fort, you know, feel like it was really, you know, carved out of the forest, looking super fancy. And then I've worked on Decocraft here, and of course, let's add a little keychain for the gate, of course. So now we can kind of go over here and, you know, add some, you know, some overturned, you know, let's see, let me grab one of those. There we go, some overturned barrels like that, looking super fancy. And the coolest barrel of them all, the carrot barrel. Yes, that's right, the carrot barrel. Looking super fancy, And then, you know, let's just say we throw in a wheelbarrow. Yeah, wheelbarrow. Oh my gosh, isn't this amazing? These are so cool. And let's do a little tanning rack we talked about earlier. Let's do that like right there. Oh, I love it. And I want to put a telescope, maybe up in the tower, maybe up on the walkways, somewhere around there would, I think, look amazing. Amazing, definitely. But I think that's probably good for that. We do have some potatoes. So I guess we could find somewhere for our potatoes. So let's do our potatoes up there. Oh, yes. I love it. Oh, I love it. That's so cool. And of course, I've brought in some, you know, some andesite and some gravel and stuff like that into the pathway. I still want to mix up this dirt. It's still a little heavy on the dirt side, so we're definitely going to kind of incorporate that a little more into there. So of course, we take the carpenter's collapse block, and then we take this and a hammer like that. Then we can come over here and say we want to make a bigger stump. So we could do something like that. We can maybe cut off the top right there, put one right there, take this and then start to just kind of carve it however we want, really, to find, you know, how the tree would have fallen, something along those lines. And then you just come up here and then bang it on the top like that. And then we kind of cut off here if that looks kind of hokey or something along those lines. But other than that, I think that looks really cool. And then we do need to bring in some actual green grass. So I do need the Silk Touch tool, which I don't have at the moment. I'm getting close. I've got the emeralds. I just need to get the gold and all that stuff for Tinker's Construct. But yeah, well, there we go. We have got our landscape started here. We've got our walkways all built up there. Look at that tanning rack. We got a little wheelbarrow. And I love this design. Tell me what you think of this. These cool little stumps looking super fancy. And yeah, we're slowly getting there, my friends. We are slowly getting there and getting this all arranged and ready to go for one super awesome fort. And as always, guys, I thank you so much for watching, and I always really appreciate it. And yeah, so until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and we'll see you later. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Oh, awesome. And then we're going to jump back up here and hit that one more time. And let's see, we're bringing this up to about 3. I think we're going to bring it up to about 3. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. And then we're going to put one more up here. But we're going to make this one just a little bit skinnier. And we're going to scaffold up just a smidge bit more.